So back in mid-February, I posted the first 50-50 shop I ever got in pack 1. And in fact, I think it's the only one I've had, because the other time I got very close, I elected to go for a 5 of a kind rather than actually take the final can I needed to get the 50-50 shop. And it's such a laborious process of, you need to get the certain pets at certain level ups to give yourself a real chance of doing it. And I took a break from it, and then but recently I decided to go back and give it another try. And unfortunately, here you can see one of the problems you can run into early on is where you're trying to draw, but someone else also has hedgehog, but they have honey on it. All those uncooperative opponents, very frustrating. But here we get the squirrel, which is super important. And getting it before turn 7 means you've got more chance of finding and discounting cans, because you want to start buying them as soon as possible. And here, actually, because the hedgehog is only level 1.5, we get a draw, which is very nice. And being on turn 7 with 0 wins is basically the ideal scenario. We want to get as late as possible without having won a single game, because we're going to face other teams that are also drawing. And, when 2 draw teams face each other, the outcome is very most likely going to be a draw. So here, I think actually, this team makes the classic mistake of putting Ant 4th position, which means if your back unit gets sniped, you lose the Ant buffs. I think Ant 4th position okay in the earlier game, but not so much later on. And here I just buy the can outright rather than waiting till next turn for the 1 gold discount from the squirrel. So we've got squirrel, we've got swan, we've got hedgehog. Of course, you can also use badger. But next, we actually miss out on the draw there by 1 HP, which is unfortunate. But next we need the cat. And I'm just going to take the swan closer to level 3, because we don't have anything to actually level up this turn and potentially get the cat. But also we can look for more squirrels here, and we do get one. So I think I take the sushi and then freeze the can for next turn, so that the squirrel can discount it. Both squirrels can discount it. There's also a possibility of getting a squirrel level up, finding a cat, and then being able to buy the can for double value. So here we actually win, because again, we're now starting to match with like the worst of the worst teams that are still alive at this point. And so I take the garlic on the swan just to, I'm on 2 hearts. I don't want to be too greedy. I've already drawn so many games to this point that I'm already in a good position. So there's no need to gamble even more. And here we get an incredible roll of double chocolate. So now I'm trying to decide what to do, and I level the swan and get the cat. So the decision is pretty much made. Sell giraffe, get the 3rd squirrel in, freeze cat, freeze chocolate, and then I roll another chocolate. So next turn, we're going to be able to level the cat to level 2 immediately on turn 11, essentially for free, because the swan is generating an extra 3 gold. So that is incredible for this challenge, because it just means that we're doubling our can output, or our shop scaling, as almost as soon as you can realistically expect to. I mean, technically this could happen earlier, but to also have had the squirrel on turn 5 and 6 as well, it's just the dream come true for these types of runs. So here I take this steak, and I think steak, or maybe I freeze it for next turn. We do find another cat, so I decide sell one of the squirrels and get the 2nd cat in. That's more important than generating an extra food, because each can we find is now going to be +4/4 to the shop with just the 2 cats. And unfortunately, we get matched with a front scorpion, but actually we're going to win anyway because the rest of their team was so bad. And it is funny to see the difference between the kind of power levels of the teams that you face. Now here I decide to buy the 2 sushis. Generally, you need to be taking the discounted food as well, like the splash foods, because you don't want to be too underpowered and end up just losing outright, because you can still lose to some of the draw teams if your stats aren't good enough. So now we're in a position where we're actually perfectly fine to win the rest of the games, as long as we find enough cans. And actually we beat that team even though they had leopard going. So now I don't get any cans, but I will take the pair for it's plus 10-10. And always in the back of my mind here, I've also got the sort of get out of jail free option of going for all 5 cats, which I've mentioned in the past. For some reason, I still don't have that 5 of a kind in pack 1. So here's a draw team. This is the kind of thing you can expect to see now that we're into the early double-digit turns, but we've only got 5 trophies. And I think actually our team is going to be... Are we going to draw here? Yeah, we're just going to draw, and that's perfectly fine with me. So yeah, so I should mention that the title of this video is earliest 50-50 shop in pack 1 that I've had, although I've only had one other. But the previous game, it took me till turn 24 to get the 50-50 shop, and we're going to do that much quicker in this game. So now with 2 cats frozen, I find another cat, and that's just getting absolutely ridiculous. So here again, I'm thinking I can potentially go for 5 cats, you know, if I'm worried about not surviving. And I think here I just decide I'm going to hold them for next turn and make the decision later. We also want to keep, I mean, the squirrel is probably the thing that could be sold at this point. Because we have so many cats, we don't actually need to find as many cans. So, you know, we can afford to sell the squirrel. And actually the squirrel is going to discount a can here. And I was about to buy it, and then I decided, you know what, it's time for it to go. And I'm going to sell hedgehog as well, I think. Yep. Get double extra 2 cats in. And now buy the can. And that gives, what is that? What was that? Plus 7 to the shop, was it? It's hard to keep track when there's so many cats. And then I rolled another cat. I guess it's pretty obvious that's what's going to happen when I'm talking about getting an early 50-50 shop. So here you can see the scorpion there is on 2020. So we've buffed by plus 19, and now we're up to... that was another can, so I don't even want to keep track of it at this point. And I pass up the chocolate because having the 4 cats is going to be more than enough. So now we get matched with a team that has an awful lot of melon and stuff, but their stats are really bad for this late. And we're going to beat them despite having no abilities on our team at all. And here I take the cow just... I was a bit of an insurance policy to make sure that I can have a couple of, you know, near 50-50 units on the team. And I should have bought the cat there first before buying the second milk, but I guess I was just drunk with power, really. And here's another can. I guess I'll do the same thing as I did last time, where I put a counter on screen for how many cans it actually took, because I think this time I have far more cats, and that's going to mean it's going to take far fewer cans. And although the swan stats are now lagging behind, I still want to keep it for the extra 3 gold. It's much more valuable. And you can see here I actually pause because I'm thinking about whale. Now the 3 remaining 5 of a kinds that have never been done in pack 1, excluding the tokens like bus and so on, are mammoth, snail and whale. And whale is a bit of a unique case in that I don't think it's going to be possible unless you tie so many times that you end up in the sort of 30 plus turns and you're facing the ghost teams. So whale is kind of off the table. So now really my only options are looking for mammoth and snail. And here I find a mammoth. But we're on 8 wins, turn 17. So really my odds of finding the remaining 4 mammoths are pretty slim. But, you know, this run I'd had multiple sort of miracle rolls with getting multiple cats. So, you know, you never know what's possible. So here I sell one of the cats because we only need one more can, I think, to get the 50-50 shop anyway. And there's the can. And I want the 3 gold next turn to give myself... It's a slim chance, but we could technically draw. And actually here we lose. I'm not sure how that team had got to turn 17 without already winning, but I think that is the 50-50 shop. The otter would normally have... it starts with 1 attack, so that means there's a deer. 1/1 deer is now 50-50, so we've done it on turn 18. And now I'm just looking for mammoths. But I'm also now on 1 heart, so I'm a little bit concerned that I could lose. And I'm just debating what to do here. I don't know. I guess I was maybe thinking about some of the other 5s that I've never done personally, but some of them like fish and pig and so on, you can do that without having to get the 50-50 shop. So really, getting into this position, I had to try and go for mammoth or snail. And you can see there I almost buy the can even though I'm already on the 50-50 shop. And I'm rolling down and I'm not finding what I want. I buy the steak because that mammoth has less than 50 attack. And I think, I'm seeing double crocodile, but crocodile again is another one of these 5s that is very easy in pack 1 in relative terms. So here I do take the crocodile because I just want to have something half decent in the team. In fact, I sell one of the cats and buy the snake as well. I probably could have just sold the cat straight away and then had multiple pets, 50-50 pets in the team, to help me look for other 5s. But the thing is, because I was just laser focused on getting one of the ones that hadn't been done before. And so here, this is a pretty comfortable win. And now we've got 1 turn left to try and find 4 mammoths, which is a bit of a tough ask. And after like 2 rolls, I know there's no chance. I would really need to roll I would have probably needed to roll 3 or 4 mammoths on the first roll. We don't find any more, which is kind of depressing. But we can still sell the cats. And I think I just sell one of them that doesn't have the melon and just buy one of these 50-50 units. So I think I'd take the hippo. Just because, no apparent reason. I was pretty confident I was going to win the next game. And here's someone who did find a lot of mammoths, a level 3 1-up mammoth. But their backline unit gets deleted, and therefore they're getting less value from the mammoth buffs. And it's a very comfortable win in the end. So unfortunately, although it was a super early 50-50 shop in pack 1, I wasn't able to find what I needed.